Hey everybody. Hey, hi, hello. Did you want a YouTube video today? Well, you got one. We're tackling the subject, chat. Okay? Know you're uncomfortable about it. Chat. Viewers. Like you. Viewers like you. The more you know. We're gonna talk about it, dude. It's been a minute. I've been watching the debate. Here you go. We're going to talk about Masterwork cores and in general, the economy of Destiny 2 as it stands right now, and the various inputs that have been going on. So, right now, there are a lot of people in the community that are displeased because they feel like Infusion is too expensive. Infusion costs Masterwork cores, Glimmer, and destination materials. The choke point on this is Masterwork cores. There is not, according to the people who are critiquing, there is not a reliable source of Masterwork cores in the game for them to chase after. I hear that opinion. We're going to go take a visit to Spider and we're going to talk about it. But I will say on that side of things, I do agree. I think that maybe one more consistent thing, whether it's a bounty, whether it's a a quest line or something you can complete weekly that gives you maybe 9 to 10 Masterwork cores, just enough to sort of run your Infusion or push something through Masterworking a little bit, makes sense. But I wouldn't go any further than that. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, but bro, man, it's really hard to infuse things. And I get it. I do get that. But I think that your gear should be a choice that you value. If you've got something that you've picked up along the way, like this, that you want to bring up to 600 power, it is okay to hang on to this weapon until you have a piece of gear that is 600 power. Does that mean you're probably going to be playing with mismatched, ugly piece of garbage sets all the time? Yeah, probably. But that was the experience of the Taken King. That was the experience of Destiny 1 vanilla launch, which everyone looks towards very fondly.
Let's make it.
And in my opinion, it's something that makes your gear feel valuable. So I've already bought my Masterwork cores from Fighter today. I feel like Masterwork cores are one of the biggest reasons why logging in every day makes sense. You have daily powerful rewards and you have Masterwork cores. Destiny 2 throws legendaries at you pretty frequently. During Iron Banner, you're getting you have bounties that are giving you legendaries. You have legendaries very often from the end of matches. So getting 10 legendary shards, maybe even 30 a day, which is enough to grab 2 Masterwork cores, is going to net you 16 a week. 16 Masterwork cores every week is a pretty decent amount. It's enough to run Infusion on a couple pieces of gear that you're really passionate about. And you also can't forget that, and this is the thing that I think is overlooked. And yeah, it takes a lot of chance, but you can also infuse gear that is the same for just Glimmer. For example, I will go grab my Duke. I got a Duke that I loved using. I thought the roll on this Duke was like my favorite. And I was like, I want this. I want to use it forever. And so I infused every other Duke that I got. This thing originally dropped for me at 502 or 503 as Outlaw Rampage, and I use high caliber rounds on it. But this Duke cost me 20,000 Glimmer to infuse because it was always like infusing with like. And I realize that's like a more rare situation, especially when it comes to something like raid gear. But raid gear is so important that you'd want to be using Masterwork cores on it anyway. So the question is the Masterwork core system too prohibitive to Infusion? So much so that it prevents enjoyment of the game. And to that, I will say this. If you are somebody who did knee-jerk infusion all through vanilla Destiny 2 and Rise of Iron, because it was essentially costless and it was sort of a mindless way to make sure that you always had high power on absolutely every piece of gear, including lots of pieces of gear you didn't use. This system is not ideal for you. The system and the economy is designed to force player choice. And while I think that it's a little silly to have this debate 2 weeks in when we haven't really gotten a full-throated experience with the economy, like, there aren't a lot of people that are 600 power. As of making this video, I don't really know if anyone is 600 power. It's going to take a long time to reach power cap, and it's going to take a long time to, you know, infuse up all of your favorite gear. So my other concern is that we might be reacting too quickly as a community because we're used to this knee-jerk infusion. I know that I burned through a lot of my Masterwork cores. I had something like 600 or 700 when I started, and I wish that I still had 600 or 700, but I wasted a lot of them on pointless, stupid gear because I was like, oh, I'll just get more. So pretty much every Masterwork core I have now is something I've bought from Spider over the past 2 weeks. And I wanted to address one more thing, and that is there's a lot of mudslinging going around towards people that say, like, well, you play this game all the time, so your opinion is invalid. And I get where you're coming from, but I think that's silly too. You know, to all of you out there that watch streamers or watch YouTubers and you make the statement, oh, they're just doing this because it means they'll have a longer game to play and it'll make them more money. Let me break something really, I'll be really fucking raw and honest. If a game is fucking garbage, it doesn't matter how many hours that it has for broadcasters to stream before they hit power cap or whatever, or how many hours they have to grind. That doesn't fucking matter at all because the game's shit and no one will watch it. So I think that maybe everyone who's in that camp needs to take a step back and realize that even if you have the worst possible opinion of broadcasters and YouTubers, i.e., they're just in it for the money, that's it. You need to realize that even with the most selfish motives at heart, a smart business person would still want to design the best possible game for everyone in the community, because a happy community engages with content. An unhappy community makes content creators and the content creation community around a game look a lot like Destiny 2 Vanilla, which was basically a wasteland. You know, nobody was engaging with the content. A lot of people had, you know, tough times, blah, blah, blah. So when people don't like a game, you know, they don't engage with the content. So I just wanted to make you aware that even if you have a really horrible opinion of me or anyone else who makes content, that horrible opinion should still inform you that they're going to make decisions that make a game that is fun and enjoyable for people to engage with in the long term, because that's what's going to make them the most money. And that's the most selfish way of looking at it. I personally want Destiny to be a game where everybody feels like the gear that they've got is special when they get an exotic drop. It's a storytelling moment. There were people who went almost a full year before they got a Yallarhorn in Destiny 1 Vanilla, and the moment they got that drop is something they'll never forget. And Destiny 2 is in a place right now where exotic drops are rare, infusion is difficult to get to at times, but it really forces player choice, and it really creates moments of absolute celebration where you're like, holy fuck, I finally got the thing that I got. But those moments have to be counterbalanced by moments where you're also getting shit on, where you get a duplicate for the 100th time, or maybe you get an edge transit for the 1000th time. Overall, as far as infusion and economy is concerned, to sort of wrap it up, I think that Destiny's in a good place right now. Maybe a little bit more access to Masterwork cores via one bounty a week might alleviate it. I do understand that not everybody can log in every day to collect their stuff from Spider. So something that isn't game breaking but gives something similar to that, like 10, a weekly bounty that gives you 10 Masterwork cores because maybe you can only play once or twice a week. So you'll have a bank of things that you can use. Makes sense to me. I think anything beyond that starts to trivialize the choice again, and that's the opposite of creating value in your gear. So, I think if there's anything else. Yeah, I think I said everything I wanted to say about this. I appreciate all of you watching. Thank you for being part of the YouTube channel. There's a lot of new folks, and I just want to say that I fucking appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. And I'm so incredibly grateful that you take time out of your day to spend time with any of my content at all. I know you could be doing anything else and watching anybody else, but you're here, and I appreciate it. So thank you. I'll talk to you next time. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.